Well, what's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one we're going to talk a little bit about a situation I see a lot of Colts fans talking about. So I wanted to go through what I think the Colts might be planning to do. Okay, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on as we get into this. What I want to talk about is the offensive line, right? A couple people mentioning, hey, we keep talking about the defense and there's, all these pickups, really good pickups on the defensive side. For Lou Anarumo and for that defense to try to get better. But what are we going to do on the offense? And here's what I feel about the offense as a whole. I think as a whole, the offense, for the most part, pretty set. I think when you really look at it, the offense and the success that we have on offense hinges on the quarter. Like, we are really in that spot right now where it all hinges on the quarterback. We thought that in the past, and we didn't have wide receiver depth, right? We had a good offensive line. We had Jonathan Taylor. We've had different quarterbacks that Chris Ballard tried to bring in. But what was the issue? We didn't really have the playmakers on the outside. Well, now we have playmakers on the outside. We have depth at wide receiver. We brought in a really good second running back to be behind Jonathan Taylor, and now we have Khalil Herbert. We also brought back Tyler Goodson. So again, on the offensive side, you were really pretty well set in a lot of different areas. I think having Anthony Richardson, and we already talked about a couple days ago, I still very much believe in the development and what he can be. So having him, Daniel Jones coming in behind him, which if you saw, it's not like the Giants were great with Daniel Jones, but he leaves and they got much worse, of course, except for the game against the Colts. But the Colts, totally different situation last year. That defense was terrible, but nonetheless, the Giants get worse without Daniel Jones. And they've been pretty bad overall. I've been pretty loud about that fact for a while. If you were to go back and watch any of the videos talking about Daniel Jones or talking about the NFC East or whatever the case may be, back on my Horseman Sports channel, back when I was doing that one, then you would see, like, I've always had faith in Daniel Jones. Having him as the backup to Anthony Richardson feels pretty good. And then Jason Bean, I feel like we all feel pretty good about Jason Bean, right? So what I want to talk about here, as you guys can tell, it's the only thing that we haven't talked. Well, we haven't talked about tight ends. That's its own conversation, of course. Tyler Warren is like the pick in the first round. Seemingly, we have not addressed tight end at all, so it would appear that that's probably going to be the avenue we go, is either Tyler Warren or Loveland from Michigan. Seems like one of those two guys could be coming to the Colts early on in the draft. Could see the Colts trading up for Warren, trading back for Loveland. We'll see exactly what happens there, but this conversation is going to shift to the offensive line. People asking, man, what are we going to do at offensive line? Why are we not getting anybody? What are we going to do about right guard? We let a couple of guys go. We brought back a couple of guys, but nobody we feel great with at right guard. Now, we do have Dalton Tucker, who showed flashes. I think he started well. And then when there was some tape out there, people figured out, hey, this is how you can take advantage of him. And so Dalton Tucker has to be able to see that. We have Tony Sparano Jr. as the offensive line coach. Like, I feel good about our offensive line coach staff, between Sparano Jr. and everybody that he's put around him. And I feel good about what they're going to be able to come in and do, primarily talking about those second-year guys, right? Dalton Tucker, Tanner Bortolini, Matt Gonsalves. These are guys that I expect to be better. Now, if they didn't want to go with Dalton Tucker ends up just being a depth piece. And I honestly think that something we could end up doing, right? You had Matt Gonsalves last year who played in all the different positions. I think he played everything but center last year. So maybe I don't think Quentin missed any time. I think Q was in all season, but he played right tackle, he played left tackle. Pretty sure he had to play right guard and fill in there also. So overall, you have Matt Gonsalves, who had to do a lot for us, but I think they want him and drafted him to come in and figure out how to be a right tackle in the NFL. That's what I think. He is so big. Like, if they can get in, he was fine last year. He got beat a few times. He honestly probably lose a little bit of weight. He's probably got to get a little more athletic and try to just get quicker with his feet, which can definitely happen. So I think Matt Gonsalves, again, if you wanted to slot him in to that right tackle spot. You have Braden Smith, who took quite the pay cut, and his cap number got lowered by a decent amount. So for Braden Smith, maybe the idea is, hey, like you were in college playing right guard. Maybe we just have you play right guard for us. We put him at right tackle because of necessity, and he was good enough there to keep him there, so they never moved him off of it. But also, tackles generally making more money than guards, so it makes sense. Hey, maybe we switch you to guard this season and put you at your more natural position, and we can have you in there. We can have our young guy at right tackle, but we're going to restructure this contract. You've had injuries. Guards don't make as much. I think they came to a fair compromise. I don't have any inside information. I don't know if that's real. That just seems, what it seems like what it is on the outside. But as I started to go through, just to make sure, I thought that I had knew that Braden Smith played guard in college. I just wanted to go see, was it right guard, left guard? I don't think I had ever known. Well, it was right guard, and as I was finding that information, I was so impressed with what I found from him from Auburn. He went to Auburn University in his freshman year. He appears in 13 games. He only starts one, which was the Outback Bowl against Wisconsin, but he was on the All-SEC freshman team and was even SEC first-year academic honor roll. So really smart guy too, which is great news. But then after that, 2015, 2016, 2017, starts every game at right guard, like doesn't miss a game. It's 53 career games played with 41 consecutive starts. Starter at right guard in all of them. And when you look at the accolades that he got, like his first year starting, AP second team All SEC, and it just kept going from there. At that point, obviously some more first teams and second teams and different awards in 2016 and 2017. He just, everything, all the awards. There's so many things that you can get awards for and have accolades for in college. In 2017, he was filled with them, man, and got so many different accolades in college. And at right guard, I think that's the important thing. So when you think about it, like Mark Glowinski, should we bring him back? In my opinion, that's definitely a choice. Is, hey, maybe you do bring in, maybe you bring back Mark Glowinski and you have him as depth as well. But I think there's enough respect there that they're probably waiting to see maybe Glow is going to go and be able to get a job somewhere else where he can actually, play and be a starter. Maybe that's something he would want to do. And who knows? Maybe, I don't know if the Colts are considering moving Braden inside. I think the writing is on the wall with what they haven't done in free agency, with the contract restructure, knowing Matt Gonsalves is supposed to be a tackle. So it'll be interesting to see, do they slide Braden inside and keep Matt the second year tackle? Or are they going to keep him at that right tackle position, start having Bernie and Gonsalves together at those tackle positions and have them with Anthony Richardson throughout their careers, and then obviously Tanner Bortolini in the middle, Quentin Nelson, the veteran on the offensive line, Braden Smith, another vet on the offensive line. So honestly, I feel pretty good about the offensive line. I think one way or another, Matt Gonsalves gets into the lineup. I just think the potential is there. I think our offensive coaches are good. Our offensive line coaches are good. And that the development for our offensive linemen are going to go exactly how we want it to go. Tony Sperano Jr. spent some time over there with the Eagles. Was over there with Shane Steichen with the Eagles. So they also have maybe the best offensive line coach of all time, and Stoutland over there. And Sperano got to spend some time over there as an assistant offensive line coach. And so now we get them. And now our offensive line continues to get the teachings from Tony Sperano Jr., whose dad is obviously Tony Sperano, one of the most legendary offensive line coaches, and Stoutland. So, again, just people got to stop worrying about the offensive line, dude. I guarantee you there is a plan. I guarantee you the starters are already on the team, and I guarantee you that our offensive line is going to be one of the better ones in the NFL. It's not going to be perfect. We still got some second-year guys that probably will have some hiccups, but I do expect the second-year guys to come in a little bigger, a little beefier, a little meaner, right? A little more of that attitude, knowing what to expect in their second season. And I think it'll work out for us as we continue to go forward. And again, the offense is dependent on Anthony Richardson. It's really all it is. Or the quarterback, whoever, dude, whoever you believe in. Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, Jason Bean, somebody's just got to lead the way because this roster is full of guys and we can win. So going to continue to go through the defense as well. We'll probably do that tomorrow with the work schedule getting busy here. But just wanted to get this out to you guys. I've seen so many comments about the offensive line, man. So you let me know your thoughts on what I've said here. Braden Smith going to right guard. Would you be okay with that? I think that's an acceptable answer, and I think it's one that's kind of probable at this point. So you let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And again, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop any more content on this channel. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.